guys, Julia here from JM Square Vintage. Welcome back to the channel. I am here today with a ship with me. These are all orders that came through over the weekend. We're still kind of in the tail end of that summer slump. Sales volume was still down, but some pretty good sales overall over the weekend. So like lots of good stuff to talk about, lots of like brand stuff to talk about. I'm filming this on the 28th of July, just to give you kind of context. Hopefully by the time this airs, everybody will be kind of back up into the swing of back to school sales. But before we get started here, guys, if this is your first time here, if this is your first time stumbling on my channel, first and foremost, welcome. I am Julia, that is my name. We talk all things thrifting and vintage and the business of reselling on the internet here. If that sounds like something that you might be into, consider hitting subscribe down below. I would love to have you along on this journey. But without further ado, guys, it is late in the afternoon. I gotta get these things packed up and over to the post office. So why don't you go grab yourself a snack, grab yourself a drink, sit back, relax, and let's get into the shipment. So we'll start this off with this little t-shirt. Now this is from Mother, as in like Mother jeans. That's the logo you're looking for. It's tonal, it's pretty easy to miss, but it's generally like a pretty big like leatherette patch. And this is an adorable little linen crop t-shirt. I love this print, this kind of like rainbow print. I feel like a lot of the Mother stuff just has that look of a t-shirt that's like still around from the 70s, you know? Same goes for the jeans, to be totally honest. I keep saying I need to give their jeans a try. I need to see what the hype is all about. Like I've been a Madewell girl forever. I have a pair of Reformation jeans that I really like, some Abercrombie jeans that I like, but the people who love Mother really love Mother jeans. So I need to see what all the hype is about. I mean, like, are they worth almost $300? I don't know. But this little t-shirt had to have it. This is one that I found at a little thrift store when I popped in, just kind of burning some time between appointments. Such a dangerous thing to do, right? So at that thrift store, I had gotten this for $4 and put this into context of retail. I want to say that retail, this is about $110. And I had it listed for $52. Sold comps on their t-shirts are between like 30 and 60, depending on what they are. And I got an offer for $41, which I did accept. With a $4 cost at the thrift, this brought me to a profit of $32.18, and this was a sale over on Mercari. Mercari is still super, super slow for me. I love their interface. I wish they would be busier, but I don't see Mercari growing so much, but I do see Depop growing so much. Actually, quite a few of these sales this weekend are from Depop, and that is exciting for me to see because I like the concept of having a couple really like active and viable marketplaces. Of course, that's what we all hope for. Obviously, a big proponent of cross listings. So the busier that Depop can get, the more that they can foster their buyer base, the better off for all of us. Next up is this adorable little top. This is from Free People and it's ultra lightweight cotton. It's like a cotton lawn. And I absolutely love this print. It looks to me like the first thing that I think about, the bright colors against the black, it looks a little bit like neon. And it's one of the shirts that I've had for a while. It took a long time to sell. I think it had a lot to do with the fact that it was an extra small. I'm sure that had everything to do with it because otherwise it's just so cute. But I'm glad to be moving it on. This is one of the things that I've had for a while and has never like come into my mind as a let's put this on the chopping block kind of a top. I knew that eventually the right person would find this. I do that like every night as I'm going through and relisting things. You know, I'll say, all right, this one, I just don't have a good gut feeling about it. I'm gonna pull it and donate it. Or I'll say, all right, this gets one more kind of like cycle through for 60 days, and if it doesn't sell then it will go. A lot of times you put that kind of energy on a piece, I swear it sells, but it's just my little way of keeping inventory fresh. If it's something that I think could go to like a buy sell trade or like a thread up, I'll do that, but a lot of the times it's stuff that, you know, was a test maybe that I picked up and it didn't really work out. So we're just moving it back onto the thrift store. Luckily my sourcing costs aren't super high for the most part, and I'm not making like big gambles on things unless I'm pretty positive that it's going to be a fairly quick or fairly good sale. So, you know, so it's not a huge deal to donate things back, and it keeps my inventory fresh. And it frees up that space for new inventory, which is just something I'm kind of constantly balancing. Anyway, I had this listed for about 10 months and I had it listed for $32 and I got an offer for $25, which I did accept. With a $1 cost at the bins, this brought me to a profit of $22.44, and this was a sale over on Depop. So I'm so happy to be moving this on. This is just one of those tops that I thought was so, so cute. up, this was kind of an exciting find when I found it. This is another one that took a while to sell, but it's a very small size. This is from a brand called Ridley London, which is a very high-end brand out of, obviously, London. And it's just this cute little smocked top. It's got little puff sleeves. It's 100% cotton, really well made. Just to give you an idea, a shirt like this would have probably been about $200 to $250 from Ridley. A skirt's like $300 to $400, a dress in the $600 range, and jackets into the thousands. So very, very high end. I don't know how often you'll find it. In fact, if you've ever found something from Ridley London, let me know. Let me know what it was, what you got, did you sell it, did you keep it, how long did it take to sell? But their stuff is beautiful. So I had this one listed for about 8 months. Not super surprised. It is a very high-end brand, so the price point is higher, smaller size, etc. But I had it listed at $58 and I got an offer for $45, which I did accept. With a $1 cost at the bins, this brought me to a profit of $41.70. And again, this is another sale over on Depop. So again, kind of slower sales volume, still the end of July as of the time that I'm filming this, but some good sales, some like good, solid, decent price sales. So I'll take that. I'll take that during the summer slump, you know? Next up is this, oh God, this shirt from Rails. I absolutely love this shirt. This is a linen blend boho shirt. Rails is one of those brands that like, I see their stuff a lot on like influencers. I'm like, ooh, you know, who made that shirt? And it's Rails and it's like $250. I always forget how expensive Rails is. But the stuff is beautiful, like this shirt. It's a linen Ecovero blend, so it has the feel and the lightness of linen, but it's got a drape, like a tencel. Gorgeous, and this color is stunning. And to be totally honest, if this was my size, I probably would have kept it. As a matter of fact, this is actually going to one of you guys. So I had this listed for about 6 months, again in that higher price point, again in that kind of higher price point range, so it's always gonna be a slightly slower sale. But I had it listed for $58 and I got an offer for $52.20, which I did accept with a $2 cost at the bins. This brought me to a profit of $48.64. This was a sale over on Depop and oh, I hope you love this because I love this. Just a perfect little breezy top. Next up is this super cute J. Jill breezy top. This is like a crepe. It's got the most beautiful drape to it. This is vintage from the 90s. And I'll tell you, J. Jill stuff from the 90s is made so ridiculously well. Like everything I've ever picked up from them and Chico's for that matter, it just feels, I mean, you just like, you're not gonna find that level of like quality today unless you're paying like well up. Don't get me wrong, J. Jill is still exceptional quality. It's expensive, but it's exceptional quality. But the stuff from the 90s is even better if you can get your hands on it. But this is just a perfect like throw on and go, oversized, drapey top. It's crepe, so it's got a little bit of like weight to the fabric. So it's not something that's gonna like stick on jeans, if you know what I'm talking about. Like lightweight cotton, as much as I love it, if you're wearing it with jeans, like it's gonna kind of bunch up on it because it's just, you know, doesn't have the weight to kind of counteract the friction. I feel like I don't see enough in crepe anymore. It's such a great fabric. Anyway, I had this guy listed for about 6 months and I had it listed for $32. Kind of about what I get for J. Jill. Generally, things end up going between like 20 and 30, depending on what they are. Right in that great bread and butter territory for me. And so I got an offer for $24, which I did accept with a $2 cost at the bins. This brought me to a profit of $17.51. And this is a sale over on eBay. Actually, this is going to one of you guys as well. So I hope you enjoy. Next up, now this is one of those ones that was literally on the chopping block due to be donated within like the next week. This is from Prana. It's just a cute little tank top, kind of butter yellow rib knit. It's in like great condition, but I've had this for a while and the last time I renewed it, I'm like, okay, if it doesn't sell in this, you know, 60-day time span, it's back to the thrift store, it goes. And sure enough, it popped off. Now, did I get a ton of money for it? No, I've really slowed down on picking up Prana pieces that aren't like specifically activewear. You know what I'm saying? Like their hiking pants are great. Their technical pieces are fantastic and very expensive retail. So if you are in the market for stuff like that, be sure to check secondhand. But their casual wear has slowed down significantly in speed of sale and price. A couple years back, that wasn't the case, but That is what we do here. We constantly evaluate, see what's doing well, see what's not doing well, and we make adjustments. One thing's for sure, being a reseller will never be the same thing 2 days in a row, right? So that being said, I had this listed at $18, and I know I had lowered the price at some point during the year that I had this. I had this listed for about a year and a half. And I got an offer for $13, which I gladly accepted with a $1 cost at the bins. This brought me to a profit of $9.05. This was a sale over on Poshmark. And this is like, it's such a nice thing when I have something that is like mentally in my mind, like already out of my closet. Like I was already gonna pull it right off of that hanger and put it right in the donation bin. And you know, it wasn't a huge sale by any stretch of the imagination, but I got a little bit of money out of it, and it's going on to get some more use. Prana stuff is expensive. It's really nicely made. I like their textiles. It just, you know, doesn't resell as well anymore. And that is a best case scenario to me. So, you know, I would say as you're going through and refreshing your listings, you know, kind of say, all right, well, this one, I think, you know, this is the last go around. I love it when that happens, and I find that a nice treat. All right, next up, we've got this one-piece little unitard. Are we still calling them unitards? I'm an 80s baby. Like, we call these unitards. This like one-piece workout set, whatever you want to call it, from Free People Movement. I don't see these, well, this is the first one I've ever seen, at least thrifting. It's in great condition, so I grabbed it. Looks like it's kind of the style that is the most popular for this kind of thing for Free People Movement. It's got that super soft fabric, so this is probably more meant for like a yoga or a Pilates situation, not anything that's like particularly sweaty or would cause a lot of friction on the fabric, because this is the kind of thing that would pill. That's in case you don't know this, like if you are somebody who like runs or cycles or is looking to get started in something like that, you do not want to be getting leggings that have that like soft hand feel, because they will pill up very seriously, like between the legs. You want something with like a slicker finish to it. Think about the Lululemon Align. That's not meant for like spin class. That is meant for yoga, slow and controlled movements. But anyway, this is super soft. I love this color. It's in great condition. I can't remember the name of it. I'll put it down on the screen. But like, I don't do too much in terms of leggings anymore. Certain Lululemon leggings I will pick up. Certain patterns that I know are like still very in demand. Aligns are still in demand. Of course, if I can find any flare leggings or yoga pants, as we call them, I will be picking those up as well. But this, because it was one piece, I absolutely gave it a try. And I'll tell you, I had a lot of interest in it. I had it listed for $42 for just under 2 months, and I got an offer for $30, which I did accept. With a $2 cost of the bins, this brought me to a profit of $22, and this was a sale over on Poshmark. I hope she loves it. I want to say that these retailed like $100. So, you know, if you are in the market for gym clothes, if you are in the market for leggings to wear to Pilates or yoga or whatever, I mean, there's never been a better time than right now to get a really good deal on them, because they're just heavily saturated on the resale marketplaces, and you can get yourself a steal of a deal. Next up, this was such a cool piece. This is a Flax dress, and it's the old Flax by Joanne Englehart. There's a whole story behind this brand. I believe she lost the brand itself in a pretty nasty divorce, unfortunately. It has a pretty cult following, and especially the pieces that say by Joanne Englehart. And this is like burlap. This is like a fancy burlap. I don't know how else to describe this fabric. It's 100% linen, but it's very, very coarse. It's got a lot of like unevenness to it. It's got a lot of roughness to it. And this is just absolutely like peak Log and Look aesthetic. It's very oversized fit as well, which is just so cute. So it's definitely a label you want to be keeping your eyes out for. Even the regular Flax that doesn't say, you know, Joanne Englehart's name sells really well. I'm sure that there's a lot of people who didn't really follow the whole saga with the divorce or anything like that. But it's a shame, because quality did come down. It's still pretty nice stuff, but it's not the same. Like, this piece is such a unique fabric. I've never felt anything like this. Like I said, like it looks like burlap, but it's made of linen. So it's like a softer burlap. It's just very interesting. It has a very cool drape to it too. But anyway, I had this listed for about 2 months, and I had it listed for $58, and I'll tell you, I had a ton of interest on this. It was a size small. I think this is a pretty oversized fit, but I think people really like to wear this stuff very oversized, so the small I think worked against it. Anyway, had it listed for $58, got an offer for $40, which I did accept, and with a $2 cost at the bins, this brought me to a profit of $30 even, and this was a sale over on Poshmark. So I hope she loves it. I mean, this is just such a little log and look dream. It really is. And finally, oh my God, this sweater got so much interest. This is from Sincerely Jules, and this is a boutique brand, right? You see Sincerely Jules in boutiques, you see them at like TJ Maxx, Marshalls, and I see a lot of it at the bins, and I leave like 99% behind, but be on the lookout for sweaters like this. I've had a couple different sweaters that are like funky and colorful. A lot of them are cropped. They'll have like bell sleeves, and they sell really well for me. This is one that my mom picked up, and you know, definitely just a style pickup, but I had a ton of interest on this the second I listed it. I had a ton of comments from you guys about this sweater specifically, so I'm not surprised that this moved really quickly once I had it listed. Get those little hanger straps tucked back in, but keep your eyes out. You know, Sincerely Jules is not something that you should ever be buying for like profit. It's bread and butter at best. And specifically, I would keep it to like very, very specific style pickups. Because I think for the most part, most of the Sincerely Jules stuff, you're gonna see maybe like $10, $15 max. And depending on where you're sourcing, that's probably not gonna fit the profit margin you're looking to make, right? But these sweaters, they sell well. The last two I had were actually two of the same sweater, and they were kind of like color blocked, very artsy. And they both sold, I wanna say like $30 very quickly. Both of them sold like within the first month, so. But I had this listed for $32, and I had it listed for just under 3 weeks. And I had it listed at $32, and I got an offer for $28.80, which I did accept with a $1-ish cost, I believe, at my mom's bins. This brought me to a profit of $26.14, and this was another sale over on Depop. So again, 4 sales on Depop over a weekend is pretty high for me, so I love seeing that starting to pick up. I think a lot has to do with the fact that I am constantly like refreshing my listings through Vendoo right now. I think that that helps quite a bit. But I also think that they're doing a really big push at like building their buyer base, which again, as I've said, is great. I'd love to have another truly viable marketplace out there. But that is it, guys. That is the shipment for this weekend. Again, lower volume sales, but decent sales. So I'll take a weekend like that in a historically slow time for resellers. Again, hopefully by the time this airs, everybody's kind of getting back into the swing of fall sales and getting into the fall season. But I appreciate you guys taking a little bit of time out of your day to hang with me while I literally get my work done. But if you guys had fun, please consider leaving a like or a comment on this video. Of course, don't forget to hit subscribe. I would love to have you along on this journey, but without further ado, guys, I gotta get these things over to the post office. I hope you have the most beautiful weekend. Happy hunting, and I will see you all in the next one.